Abortion by Paula Ramirez, Caitlin Holohan, Anna Castillo, and Shivi Lynn Libhart. Introduction. Abortion is defined as a procedure to end pregnancy. The debate of abortion has been a debate which has attracted much division between many Americans for many years. In this debate, we will be discussing the pros and cons of pro-choice and pro-life, where the principles from the King and Niche readings will be included. The different aspects for both will be talked about in the arguments for each side. For the pro-life side, we will discuss the meaning of being pro-life, abortion being murder, and if the fetus has any rights. For the pro-choice side, things such as the meaning of being pro-choice and the safeness of abortion will be discussed. The pro-life arguments were done by Shivi, the pro-choice arguments by Caitlin, the intro, the pick a side slide, and the video recording was done by Anna, and additional information was added by Paola for both arguments, as well as the outline of this PowerPoint. For the pro section of this argument, rape, control over body, unprepared to raise a baby, abnormal disabilities, and financial needs will be discussed. For the con section of this argument, killing innocent human beings, fetus rights, fetus feelings, pain, religious beliefs, and leading to mental health will be discussed. Rape. The word rape might sound disturbing to many of us, but so many people deal with this in silence. A high number of women deal with rape in their households or by unknown people that have no respect for women. Thousands of women end up being pregnant from rape and have no desire of keeping the baby because of the reason they got pregnant. Flashbacks of abuse can unconsciously trigger their fight, flight, or freeze response in sexual abuse survivors. Abortion is their only way out. Women should have the right to abort if they wish to and not have an unwanted baby. Young teens also fall into this category. They can barely take care of themselves. Control over body. All women should have 100% control of their own body. There's some cases that married couples refuse to have kids in their marriage. If the woman was to accidentally get pregnant, this is when the law of abortion should be legalized. At times there's women that don't want to have a baby because they believe their physical appearance would change. For example, weight gain, loss of hair, lack of sleep, and other factors. Pregnancy can cause severe infections, heart failure, and preeclampsia. At times, women can develop high blood pressure and are at risk for strokes. Women rather have an abortion procedure than a labor and delivery procedure. Remember, these are just ideas. This necessarily doesn't mean I myself would do such a thing. But there's always crazy people that would do this to not ruin their full potential. Unprepared to raise a baby. Life success is always a major key in life, but having an unexpected baby can shift those goals. Having an abortion can make that major issue go away and not have to deal with a big responsibility. There's women that are obsessed with their careers and will do anything to not let a baby get in the way. Sometimes even young teen moms don't want a baby yet or don't want to deal with a big responsibility at a young age. They just want to enjoy life and not miss out on their good years. Some women don't want to bring a child into this world due to the ongoing domestic violence that they deal with in their households. They'd rather not have another problem on top of another one. Abnormal disabilities. Having a baby with disabilities and special needs is life-challenging. There's women that don't want to deal with none of these problems and decide to terminate the early stage pregnancy. This is cruel and sad, but that's what women decide and rather wait on their next healthy baby. In another scenario, having a baby with disabilities can be sad because they could not make it all the way throughout the pregnancy, and women rather not deal with such a heartbreak and illusion that their baby will not be strong enough to survive. Financial needs. Having and raising a baby is quite pricey. Some women don't have the money to have a baby and decide to have an abortion. Medical and baby expenses add up and it's difficult for moms, especially for single moms that don't have enough for themselves and on top of that, they have to provide for a baby. Some women live in poverty and are surrounded by diseases and bacteria that can easily affect a newborn baby. Not having a clean and stable home can affect the baby's growth and health. Killing innocent human being. Even though the fetus is not out the womb, taking the fetus out as an abortion is taking its rights to live away. Disturbing its cycle of growth should be considered as killing a baby. The first fetal heartbeat can be detected as early as 5 weeks gestation, At this stage, the small embryo can be seen on an ultrasound. The heart is fully developed by week 10 of gestation, for example. Just as a baby chick is in incubation and they take the eggs out of the incubator, that's killing the baby chick that was supposed to hatch. Fetus rights. Just like we have rights, fetuses should have the same rights too. They're living humans just like us, but are just not fully developed. Women should at least take into consideration having the baby and then giving it for adoption, if they don't want the baby. Everyone should have the right to live, even those that do not do no harm and aren't to blame for a woman's mistake. Every human being has equal basic rights. That's according to mccl.org. If this statement is true, then every embryo, fetus, and baby are just as equal to the parent carrying the child in legal stance. This belief is that the embryo has the basic right to be born and given the chance at life based on being a human being. Fetus feeling pain. At times during the abortion, women have no clue how the procedure is done and just want the fetus at any cost. They don't realize that not only do they have feelings, but so do the fetuses. They sense the pain too. Pulling it by pieces, the fetus is taken out in a disturbing way. What a horrible way of thinking you're doing something good for yourself, but in reality you're hurting and killing a baby. Religious beliefs. The word of God says shall not kill. Following the word of God, there should not be killing, meaning there should not be abortions done. This falls back into religion. Many women are strictly religious and still consider having an abortion. Other religions just don't tolerate abortions and complete the pregnancy to have the baby. Lead to mental health. Having an abortion can also cause mental health issues and other serious problems. Knowing in your mind that you took away the opportunity of the baby to come into this world will stay in your conscience forever. At times, women end up needing psychological help because they try to move on with their life, but they can't seem to do it. Sometimes women fall into depression and begin having suicidal thoughts because they regret having an abortion. Group discussion. Pro for Pro for abortion. The reason we chose to be for it is because all women have the rights to their own bodies. No one can decide what they want for others. A woman's independence shouldn't depend on not a single person, and they should have a right to pick what future they want. Pro-choice. Our group has decided that the pro-choice side of this argument has the most persuasive and proven statements. Despite the pro-life side of this argument having good statements, the pro-choice side has the most liberty and it is more open-minded, which relates more to the times we are in now. We believe women have the right to make their own decisions over their body without having to be judged or shamed about it. If she is not ready to become a mother, she should not be forced to become a mother.